It is the year 0083 of the Universal Century. A half-century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind where people are born and raised and podcast. After realizing that the entire juice of the Universal Century is that Zeon Federation conflict, Sunrise Productions proceeded to make new, hotter IP based on how cool it is to see a Zaku fight a GM. They're introducing new Gundams and relitigating the same plot lines. They could infinitely produce money. Even with a B-tier Char, people want to see two dudes really want to hate fuck each other. And there is no greater sexual Top Gun-esque homosexuality Gundam than this. Operation Stardust.
Never betrayed anyone in my entire life.
Welcome to On the Shoulders of Giants, a giant robot power hour discussing mechs across media, their stories, and why we love them. I'm Alice, and I'm joined by Brian.
You can't play music as your intro.
No, you
Yes,
can.
I can.
The rules are real. And Nico.
If this podcast is successful, I'll never have to look at the night sky from below again.
This time, we're discussing the inevitable geometry between two men and high-powered machines. Top Gun. Mobile Suit Gundam 0083, Stardust Memory. Let's launch into it.
I love that we already have a game for our last episode of the 1 year pod, which is
What's
just
that?
doing the tier maker on all the Char XPs. Like, we'll just
What's
rank
that term
them
mean?
all.
Explain that term to a normal person.
I don't know XP as very well as the term. My understanding has always been like a fun photocopy.
That's what I understand about it too.
It's pretty loud in this one. But yeah, let's talk about it. So this was produced in 1991 by Sunrise. The length of it, hold your horses, by Sunrise. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, crazy.
This was 13 OVA episodes of 22 minutes each. There was also a compilation film called Afterglow of Zeon, because...
Hello?
Yeah.
You can't
Which
be
was
calling
released
it
in
that.
1992, which had a runtime of a tight 120 minutes. For our purposes, we watched the OVA because we wanted to see all that hot mechanical action, hand-drawn. Is this part of a franchise? Hey guys, this is part of the Gundam franchise. So after Char's counterattack, we got 0080 and then F91, and now 0083. They were actually produced at the same time, F91 and 0083. It would be followed by Victory Gundam a few years after this, and then Wing. And then our next coverage for this, 08 The Mess Team, which came out later. So 0080 opened Sunrise up to the idea of OVA, or original video animations. This was direct-to-consumer videos in the time when actually buying physical media was like kind of a cool thing, because it was, if you didn't see it in the theaters, that was it.
Nowadays, it's especially a cool thing because the alternative is garbage.
Yeah. The alternative is drinking from the hose.
003 was positioned as they committed to the OVA production style. So they had longer production schedules to make better craft that they could charge a higher price for. This was meant to bridge the gap between Mobile Suit Gundam and Zeta. So to basically tell people, hey, how do you go from the end of 0079 to whatever the fuck we're doing with the Titans? Like, what? Hey, can we talk about what happened there?
I think it's really interesting, right? And it's like, I'm never going to be the person who advocates watching things in fiction chronological order, but as a text, if you were a person who wanted to do that, like if you had seen 0079 and your friends had been telling you about Zeta and they had VHSs, and you were in the store and you saw Stardust Memory, I don't think it would have been a bad call to buy this and watch it before Zeta.
I completely agree.
They do a good job of what it seems to be the project here, which is actually filling in that space. I feel like this
slots in pretty much flawlessly.
Oh, it's tight.
It's
perfect.
And it's so funny because it also, I'm just going to say it up top, it feels like if you watched this before Zeta, it feels like preemptive reparations to women. Because there's so many women in this, and like very few
and
of
they
them
live.
get turned
so
into
many
gel.
women that live.
Yeah. It's so funny. It really feels like fucking Sunrise was like, I'm sorry, women.
So there's a couple production elephants in the room that Alice hasn't gotten to yet. So I want to see if.
Don't worry, we're getting there. So the focus of this series was this was going to be a hard military adaptation as opposed to the rest of Gundam, and not focusing on new types. Ba, our two main protagonists, and some other people, probably are new types, doesn't come up. That's not a major factor.
They played the new type noise once, and it was so not in this show that twice. Okay. But like the first time I heard it, when I registered it, I was so in to be clear, the Top Gun space, because Alice had us watch that, so we'd have all of our kind of cultural milieu. But also I was in the hard military sci-fi space that when I heard the new type noise, I went, whoa, oh, new types. Yeah, Gundam, duh.
It's a fun reminder. You're like, oh yeah, I guess that exists here too.
It's very strange because the first person that gets the new type noise is Ko, which like that kind of makes sense to me.
Protagonist.
The only other person to get that is Monsha, which we'll talk about it. But anyway.
I needed him to die badly.
Anyway.
So the series started under director Mitsuko Kase, known best for the anime adaptation of Saikano and the series Young Black Jack. And then midway through production, the directing was passed off to Takashi Imanishi, known for the series Mobile Suit Igloo, and being the CGI director for Space Battleship Yamamoto 2199. Interesting path.
Gundam Igloo?
MS Igloo is an all CG OVA compilation film series that I'm gonna just send you a clip. It's such hot garbage, but it's like not even redeemable hot garbage.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't put it on the schedule then, because you are putting us through the gauntlet.
It was originally on the schedule. I did cut it for the fact I could not go over a year.
I asked her to cut it because I haven't really tried to watch it, but immaterial or like irrelevant of the writing or like the plot or the direction at all, it just looks so bad. I do not want to see it with my eyes.
Like a bad PlayStation 2 cinematic, but it's like 15 minutes of it.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And it probably cost $1 William.
It's got some dollop drifting, which for those of you who know, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Overall mechanical design was by Shoji Kawamori of Macross fame.
Yo!
He wanted to keep within the design framework laid out by the earlier Gundams, but he fucking went for it.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
The actual nitty-gritty design was done by Hajime Katoki, who's done a lot of good Gundam design work, but he was under the direct supervision of Shoji. And he's also worked on Super Robot Wars. A little fun thing. He's done some of their original designs, including one original design that you could not buy a kit of because it was too close to the original, to Gundam looking, that there was like, ooh, we're going to get in trouble. But then Bandai bought Super Robot Wars and now they sell the kits. And it's like, things are weird, man.
Toys, bro.
Character design was done by Toshihiro Kawamoto, who is also the chief animation director on this one.
Huge W.
Holy shit.
Good character design.
We're going to talk about one character later who is serving so much cunt. It is insane. Nina Purpleton.
Nope. It ain't her.
He went on to work on 008 MS Team and then Cowboy Bebop in the same role. So he did animation and design for both of those. Woo! Cooking.
You can't touch that resume, it burns your fingers.
He then went on to co-found Studio Bones. He was one of the originals.
Wow.
Fucking
And wouldn't you know
killing it. Relevant to us, he did the character design for Metallic Rouge, one of Studio Bones' great productions. The OPs were written and arranged by Mitsuo Hagita and sung by performer Miku, that's M-I-Q in all caps, coming from the OP of Heavy Metal Elgime. Which has come up again. So kind of a lot of the same alumni from that just still coming through.
I gotta say, I love 80s and 90s openings and closings. Like, obviously, I was digging the Neil Sedaka fucking tracks. Like,
yeah,
these are pretty good. These are solid. I like these.
So I think the second OP is hot garbage compared to the first OP, but that's just because the first OP is possibly the best song I've ever heard. I just want to issue one thing about it. It was performed by Miki Matsubara, who you may know as basically the pioneer of city pop as a genre.
Literally. Didn't she do Mayonaka no Door? Oh my god.
Yes, she did. Yes.
I love Miki Matsubara. Oh my god.
And she also did one of the songs that we opened the whole show to, which is called Back to Paradise. That song also goes so crazy hard. So anyway, sorry, I had to get that in there.
Yeah, and this is like a weird aside, like not to promote another podcast, but I am. There is a podcast called Primer that was on the Maximum Fun Network, and it was a show that did, like, I don't know if it's still going, but they did deep dives into musical genres. Their first season is on city pop, and there is so much interesting, like, historical information. It also helps contextualize, like, why musicians like Neil Sedaka would have been involved in, like, Japanese writing at studios and things like this.
Or if you listen to our intro music, I don't think we have our intro music without Miki Matsubara. So
yeah. Anyway, all that to say.
Could you keep your plugs to the plug section next time, by the way? Just want to check the footnotes for Nico's media recommendations based on this one.
Me getting absolutely no royalties, just like, hey, I was trapped in the office at one point and I listened to all of Primer and I feel very educated.
Anyway, there's a person we haven't talked about. What's up with that?
I probably don't have them. Let me finish this section. Could you, Brian? Hey, Brian, the lecture's still happening.
Okay, excuse me. Continue.
Putting my hands on my hips and my padded shoulder blades are
you
so
know Alice has
right
one
now.
more thing.
So the sidebar on this is on Miku. She's now 70 years old, and she's still dropping live performances on her YouTube channel, as well as being a vocal trainer. I'm going to put it on the
Let's fucking
webzone,
go.
but there's a video of her performing the Men of Destiny, the OP from the second half, with a VTuber. It's very wholesome and very cute. She wears a cowboy hat. Please check it out. Co-hosts, there is a link in the outline you can click to just see this for just like I just need to know your
main
feelings.
Host, do you want to link the outline?
Oh, sorry. It's in the shared drive that we all use that you can also access.
I just wanted to rag on Alice because I'm cruel.
No, any opening you have to take. That's how Gundam works.
Brian, that's the end of my production notes, so please fill in what I've glaringly left out.
Oh, no, there's nothing. You didn't leave anything out. The production left him out. His name is Yoshiyuki Tomino. And listener, I am in the Neutrogena commercial. I am splashing water on my face. I feel the rain on my skin. I get the Yoshi. I get it. Okay, I understand, but I feel free in a way that I have never felt free before.
I'm now getting your bit, and I'm dying.
We defeated him.
Yeah. So it's loud. Tomino isn't here. That's it. Well, I'll
it
just
is
sit with that.
especially loud in light of what I've said about women in this.
Yeah.
There is some like background that the F91 and 0083 productions stole a lot of people from each other. It was kind of like a tense environment to work on. I don't know who was in charge of F91, but it was really kind of rude of them to cannibalize this other studio for their production. No one could know who was in charge of that one. But hey, guys, before we got here, what did you know about 0083 Stardust Memory? Brian?
This is a good place to say we have officially reached the line where I am also going to be completely new to everything we watch from this point forward.
Oh, yep.
I haven't seen shit.
Yep.
So including this, this is my first time watching this. The one thing I knew about Stardust Memory, and the thing I think arguably I was right, but my impression of Stardust Memory is that the most important thing is that there is a hot lady who is evil and she has a white tiger skin rug on her spaceship. That was the one thing I knew. And yeah, that's basically it. I was not disappointed by that at all. So.
Yeah, it wasn't just one frame, some might say. Nico, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't have that information at all, so I was blindsided by the appearance of this woman. I was attacked in my own home by the appearance of this woman.
She came for me.
Yeah, no, I'd never heard of this one, and I'm a little sad about that, because I feel like I'd heard of War in the Pocket, but I hadn't heard of this one, and I just want to say, I understand why they would have come to OVAs late, but it is really funny to me, because I think OVAs in the Universal Century are they have a lot of juice. There are a lot of years kind of in between big installments that are interesting to kind of expand.
They have this, I mean, to me at least, the two that I've seen, they have a flawless track record of condensing the big ideas into something that's really compelling.
Yeah. You really feel
cool
that closeness.
To be more peripheral to the conflict, right? And I mean, this is weird because this is in the interim period where technically there is no conflict, and there's obviously still conflict, but it is cool to take the camera away from the protagonist and the Char Aznable, and I'm not even assigning a label to him. It's cool to take the camera away from those characters, but obviously their impact is felt and point it in other directions. And this was cool. And it was so funny. It was so cool that it couldn't even be spoiled by the fact that Alice literally assigned us as homework. We had to watch Top Gun before this. Previously on the show, we have not seen Top Gun. We had been missing an intertext.
Listeners will know that I am always flabbergasted that you people do not know Top Gun and you're into mecha, which is just insane to me.
I don't know what to tell you. My mom hates Tom Cruise. I don't have his oeuvre. I've never seen Mission Impossible.
I also hate Tom Cruise.
I think I also hate Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, I hate him too on principle, but it was really funny that there's a gap in sort of my cultural education, which my mom, I've seen a lot of classic movies because mom was I want you to understand stuff. Nothing by Tom Cruise. Just nothing. God, he doesn't need to be part of your cultural milieu, is what was said to me.
I'm looking at the camera in an office-style confessional, and I'm saying, yeah, listeners, I know. Literally in the first episode, I explained how my favorite mecha of all time is from the series, and I've brought it up a lot in conversations with my friends, but I'm not hurt that they didn't look it up on their own and enjoy it, but, here we are. Now I've gotten them to watch it, so let's see how that went.
First of all,
I'm in
bitch,
a confessional!
I'm walking, you, bitch.
I snatched a spare lob off of a tech, and I hooked it up, and I'm stomping into the fucking frame, and I'm saying, for the record, I did know that this was Alice's favorite. Since we've started this podcast, I have developed this psychological block where it's I won't watch this mecha on my own because I'm afraid that OSG will get there and then I'll have to watch it twice. And so that's literally why I didn't watch it.
Mine's literally what can I come with a fresh take on versus a stale take on?
Okay, and Alice is in the confessional. Brian has stolen a lav mic. I'm not mic'd. I'm just in the background, and I'm going, I just hate Alice. I don't know. I just don't like the things she likes.
Can you stop doing that by the craft services table in our studio?
I'm fucking hungry. I didn't know what you want.
Oh my god, the tea drama on our set of your hatred for me.
Anyway, you'll never guess, but I think we all liked this.
Huh?
I think we were all pogging.
Let me tell you what happened in... Hey guys, some of us didn't watch this, so let me give them a synopsis of what happened. Written by me. This one, a full passion from full memory. I've watched this what did I know before covering this? Thanks for asking me. I've watched this 7 million times. It's my favorite mecha of all time. I'm gonna be insufferable this episode about this. This is me bringing my favorite toy to show and tell. My voice is fucked, and I'm hooked on Red Bull. Let's get into it, okay?
Okay.
3 years have passed since the end of the 1 Year War. The remnants of Zeon are spurred by their treatment in defeat to steal a prototype Gundam, the GPO-2, a nuclear weapon-equipped mobile suit. Zeon ace Val Walo snatches the mobile suit, and young Fetty pilot Koaraki jumps into the GPO-1 and literally chases him across Earth and into space with the crew of the Albion. The Zeon remnants launch Operation Stardust and nuke the Federation's naval review, destabilizing the entire Earth Federation space forces. This is only part 1 of the plan. The second, you got it, another colony drop. The Albion,
all these Zeons.
The Albion, with the help of Anaheim Electronic Support Staff, led by that perky Nina Purpleton, is the only ship that can stop this. A lot of space battles happen, the baddest bitch you know, Seema Garaho, gets involved, and some really cool mobile weapons get used. Oh, and you'll never guess, but Anaheim was playing both sides? Can you believe it? A company that makes tools for war? Doing something like that for profit? Anyway, despite using another super weapon and deploying their newest mobile armor, the Federation fails to stop the colony drop, which hits North America and destroys the grain belt. R.I.P. Alice. Never forget.
Yep.
My first note was, R.I.P. to Alice.
The Albion is scapegoated, the Fetties turn to fascism via the Titans, and the Zeon remnants are emboldened. All this sets the stage for what's to come, but hey, at least Keith is okay.
Woo!
And with that, we'll head to the break.
Hi guys, it's break time. You can put down the taser. I'm not here to seduce you anymore. That's passed on to Alice, who's plucking away at a new version of that second break she does. This one's going to be part business as usual and part me bloviating about something I really want you all to do. Business as usual. We have content warnings in the episode descriptions. Read them if you want to know what we will be talking about. Our website is full of visual references and is also an immaculate web domain that signifies a better era of internet. And we'd love if you told your friends about it and went to it and used it to look at the things that we're talking about in case you're not watching or reading or playing or whatever along with us. You probably knew all that already, so let me get to the other thing before I put you back in the capable hands of my co-hosts. Starting in May, a membership tier is going to be available on our Ko-Fi. That's ko-fi.com/osgpod. This membership tier is $1 per month. You're probably saying, yeah, okay, that sounds fine, but the show is free and you've committed to remaining free, so what gives, idiot? Let me tell you. Alice, Iris, Jay, and I are starting a new limited run monthly podcast on the Fast and the Furious franchise called Cars Don't Fly. You'll get access to that so long as you're subbed to that membership tier, just like any other subscription podcast. Cars Don't Fly is very much OSG material, but focused on a very different genre. And I'm also doing like tons of like independent research. I'm watching all the commentaries. I want to speak from a slightly more elevated place in terms of like what we know about the media itself and what makes it tick. We have some guests lined up. I think it's going to be like an all-out blast. I really hope you're interested in joining us for that journey. Again, you can get that sub at ko-fi.com/osgpod starting in late May. If you have already supported us on Ko-Fi for any amount before this, I want you to be grandfathered in. You're eligible just to receive the RSS link via email. Unfortunately, tips don't equate to us having your contact information. All they let me do is like comment and say thank you. I can't like tell who you are or how to get to you. So all I can do is offer. The cutoff on that is May 20th. So email us at questions@osgpod.com or DM us on Blue Sky. If you're one of those people, and I'll just give you that RSS link. Sorry, this was a long one. I'm going to give you back to the show now. Don't forget to get into Cars Don't Fly. Bye. I was certain Keith was going to die.
There are several points in my notes where I'm just like, it's too bad Keith is the goose. It's too bad that this is going to happen. When I saw that motherfucker at the end, I was like, oh my God.
Spoilers, Keith loves. Right up the top, we have to talk about it. This is fucking gorgeous. This is
Yes.
all hand drawn, and they had time. The amount of frames on screen when these things move is insane. This is, for me, this is the juice with Mecha, when you can see the panels, when you can see the seam lines, when you can see the bolts. It's so good. It's so good. The music is great. Immediately you get that they're going for more of a movie kind of feel with the musical drops, the camera angles, just
That
the
is
way
literally
that
my
it's
first
framing the
note.
plot.
Is it has like a filmic energy that even the movies that we've watched in Gundam haven't really had.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
like a prestige. It's insane.
It's so funny because, like, I don't like that all TV has become prestige TV of 8 to 14 episodes, right? Like, that pisses me off. Especially
Yeah.
with, like, character
Agreed.
dramas. You need 24 episodes to get characters built, to build the world. But sometimes, if you are just doing something very focused down, this is what you need. You need movie quality, but given 13 episodes, like...
Yeah, so let's broke this up into 3 parts as usual. It's a pretty, I mean, it's a 3-act play. Let's be honest, we are leaning into the tropes with this one. So, part 1, episodes 1 through 4. Torrington Base is attacked, and a prototype Gundam with a nuke loaded into it is stolen by Zeon Ace and Gatto. Koaraki and the crew of Albion give chase and head to Africa while fighting against Zeon remnants. They're unable to stop Gatto. They're unable to,
Gatito.
but are unable to stop Gatto from escaping back to space with the stolen Gundam. So this is pretty structured in, like, you can kind of see the slots of the OVA discs. We're into 2 episode slots of episodes until the last 3, which are on one kind of like film length. But these first 2 set us in Torrington Base, which, hey guys, Australia, what if, hey, colony drops. First
what
off,
if
we get the
opened on the largest man-made hole? I knew why they said it that way, but it did make me laugh. I'm like, damn, the largest man-made hole ever?
the 500-kilometer crater. Yeah, so, hey, this is going to be talking about the scars of war. We start with the Albion floating over what used to be Sydney, Australia, just gone, colony drop, destroyed. And we go to Torrington Base, where we meet Koaraki in a little training regiment for the Federation. I
their
love this.
little
I love these
powder
people.
pink Zaku's.
You need to figure out your monitor because they are straight up khaki colored. I don't know what you're seeing.
I've watched them on different monitors. I think my eyes are slightly wrong. I think I have some kind of color issue. But hey, hey, Brian, come into my beautiful world where they repaint all Zaku's a beautiful powder pink.
I'm not against a pink Zaku, to be clear.
So this is, okay, the juice of 0083 for me is shit like this. Like, hey,
Oh, yeah, it
what
is.
if Zaku, but the Federation took it after the war and painted it and is using it in training exercises in the graveyard of a dropped colony?
It's crazy. It goes hard.
It's so cool. The drawings of like some of the ways they're using buildings, especially in like this might be part 2, but the duel between Monsha and Ko, like the way they're using that
That's
ruined
in the
building.
same part. That's episode 2. It's pretty quick. They do the whole Torrington in the first episodes,
but, like,
but yeah,
I like that they're having the dogfights, they're having these like training exercises in a ruin that is like unstable. So I like that it gives an unpredictability that like they are going to be fighting some crazy ass battles later on throughout this show. And it's like, it helps if you train in a place that is fundamentally treacherous, but like the visuals of it are crazy. And I do love something we're going to see in this show a lot is Gundams and mobile suits being traded between forces, and often stolen, but like they are exchanging hands. And we're seeing more of Anaheim Electronics. I like how much we're seeing cross-pollination that kind of explains some of the designs that we're going to see in other things.
Yeah, totally.
That maybe were released earlier, but are set chronologically later. You can kind of see how you get to different things that way. I really, really like that.
yeah, the
It's
design
fun.
language is just really beautiful between these. Like you can start to see like the very cross pollination between designs. You can kind of see where you get like the Federation starting to use mobile armors and some of late edition Gundams that you see in the series, where it's just like, what if we were just bigger? The eye field, I think, is a very interesting thing to have as a new development in this, as like a thing. That's later on.
We got to talk about something big here, though. The Feddies violated the Antarctic Treaty first. Why the fuck were you getting your nukes out of the bunker? The sealed bunker.
Yeah.
And
why were you putting them on the most evil looking Gundam we have seen so far?
This is going to be a consistent theme for me throughout this, because this show was so good. I was thinking about this kind of stuff. I was really struggling with the fact that in the Universal Century writ large, the Zeon thing is presented with all of the characteristics of an anti-colonialist struggle. But it is also presented with all of the signifiers of a genocidal war campaign, right? Like, they have deployed all the Nazi imagery, and yet so much of what we see happening on screen is anti-colonial to the point where, like, you know, I think we talk about it's either in Zeta or Double Zeta, where they literally meet up with Tuareg soldiers who are, like, supporting Zeon. Like, I struggled a lot in this show. Not bad, but, like, I was thinking about it a lot in terms of, like, I will never understand fans who are always like, I'm 100% Fetty all the way, I'm 100% Zeon all the way. I don't think anyone does the Zeon thing who isn't literally a Nazi, but, like, you know, like, I don't understand those black and white views, because these signifiers fundamentally don't mean anything. The conflicts at small scale are interesting, but, like, trying to say one side is good or one side is bad falls apart. And I think it has never been more obvious when they are kind of doing a Top Gun. Which in Top Gun, I mean, to be fair, in Top Gun, it's all stupid shit happening at the Academy with only, like, one encounter with Soviets, really, until, like, the very end. Like, the way that Zeon is kind of stretched and made to represent so many types of evil that we've seen in the real world is, like, it makes the conflicts really confusing and interesting for me in a gray kind of area, but also it does make the fandom response to a lot of this extremely funny to me.
I want to push back a little bit, and I say that to say that I think a lot of the Gundam fandom at this point is aware that it's not a black and white thing. I do think it's good now. Something I do want to say is I think it's very loud in this series in particular about the, like, graying of lines that, to be a spoiler, at the end of this, the Albion crew is putting on Titans uniforms. They are becoming the fascist oppressors.
Yeah. But I think that's what got me thinking about this, because this show is handling that really well. In a way that I feel like some of the other stuff from the UC, I haven't gotten the same impression.
I totally agree. And one of the things I was thinking about was, I guess I should have said this when you asked what we knew about this, but it didn't cross my mind until now. I don't know where I heard this. It was probably the GR from Discord, but, like, I've heard people talking about 0083 as something that, I think because there are scenes in this that because this explicitly details the formation of the Titans, and even before that, we get a couple of scenes where, to Nico's point, we see some Federation bigs in a big conference room explicitly doing, like, a Paris conference.
Yes.
And I think people took that, and I've heard whisper of, like, this show, like, sentimentalizing the Zeon thing. And I think that's a really, I think that's a really shallow reading of this. And B, I think that's a really shallow reading of Zeon, because from the jump, we've understood Zeon as a very nuanced thing that sort of has two prongs. Like Nico said, I don't really get how you watch this and come away with that conclusion.
I think it's because it's very hard to think that after a conflict ending, it's not a true, like, just because the victor won doesn't mean they get to really write the terms. Like, you can't get rid of resentment and things of that nature. And this very much explicitly says, like, hey, you can win a war and destabilize a people and cause further harm on your own people. Like, hey, a colony drop can happen, right? It'd be like invading a country and then being like, oh, it's so weird they attacked us back. That's so insane.
I gotta say, that may have been part of my thinking too, just given the present moment
but
of, like...
I think it's hard for people to see that kind of just, like, everyone's kind of a piece of shit that is actively participating in this war.
I think top level, yes, and then I think bottom level, like, it be through people like Nina. Like, Nina is in a very nuanced position, as if you're looking at this as, like, a two-sided conflict. We understand that, like, individual people still exist, which is something that I think one of my main things that I think just works better for my brain about this is that the characters and the themes and the logic of the plot are all so much more grounded in a way where Tomino's characters and Tomino's themes are so like up in the clouds. Like it kind of feels like ideas and philosophies are just kind of like bouncing around in like this space where like we're more interested in the moment of conflict, like the specific thing Tomino wants to draw, the specific thing Tomino wants a character to say. And it feels like whatever else is there is just kind of like in the background. And to be clear, like clearly that works for a lot of people. This kind of stuff, I think, hits all the same notes and just is so much more compelling to me.
Would you say that Tomino tends to write in a key where you can fight ideologies and not people?
Right. Yes.
Here's my off ramp for this, which is when you said you're going to talk about something big, I thought you were going to talk about the Zamel. Guys, let's meet the Zamel. So what this show does is it introduces a lot of little guys that I am obsessed with.
Yeah,
the
this thing
Zamel
is
we see
fucked.
in the first two, it's a land-based mobile armor that uses a jet turbine engine to glide across the land, has a built-in 160 millimeter artillery cannon on its back. Here's where we start doing fucked up shit with it. So not only did they kind of like pull all these like remnant forces, radicals who lost the war, who are still holding resentment left on Earth and stuff, they're bringing out some weird fucked up guys that they just had in a garage because they want to shoot people.
Dude. I love this dude. This dude is a dirt pile. His head is in a weird ass fucking spot. I love it.
It's a 2-person mobile armor. He's piloting it solo. I love this. I love this
Chad.
as a little note.
I love it.
So when they attack Torrington Base, I just love all the destruction in this. One of the big directions for this was like they wanted the movie level fights of like, big explosions. It's why there is so much like fleet fighting, is because they wanted it to like have that grittiness and constant explosions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want my off ramp from your off ramp? Do you want to talk about women? So, of course, we meet Nina Purpleton first thing, but then we meet her friend. Hello, huge, beautiful woman.
Hey, sorry, friend. First of all. Second of all,
I love what they have.
Died 2025, born 1991. Welcome back, Chief from Stories from Soul the Gundog.
Yes! Yes!
Beautiful engineer woman. Hello, Lieutenant Maura Bassett. This is where I made the note that I was like, there are a lot of women in this. I'm not complaining. It's just funny after seeing both Zeta and Top Gun, the former where women dissolve into a psychic goo, and the latter where they're like two women.
And they're just like, they're so... I don't know. I still don't really know how... They're people. Like, they're not, again, we talked about what Steven said, like, they're not just kind of like ideas given tits and then thrown into a tornado, And
I love, especially Nina Purpleton is not my fave because there's crazier women and there's literally a bigger woman behind her. But it is so interesting to look at her having seen Chan. They are kind of the same character in the sense of like, I am the engineer who knows your mobile suit incredibly well, who is also your romantic interest. But Nina is a person. It's crazy.
Yeah, fully fleshed out with wants and desires and the highest waist pants you've ever seen. Hello.
You love it. You love to see it.
The fashion is insane.
So my first fashion note is, and I think we've seen these before. Again, the character design and the drawing in this is so good that it really stood out to me. All the engineering jumpsuits, the way they're color coded, the way they have everyone kind of has a high cinched waist in those. It rules. I love the orange ones. I love Nina's pink one. But yes, her Anaheim uniform is so funny because I don't think anybody else has a shorter cut blazer and a higher waist of pant than Nina Purpleton.
She's got gal vibes, that's for sure. Just to get it out of the way, let's go through the crew. Because they introduced in the first two episodes, everyone we're gonna know. Koaraki. Hey.
Yep. That's a Gundam Pro tag. Hello.
He's a Gundam Pro tag nominally, but his design is so guy over there coded. I think that's really intentional.
Mob. He's Mob. He's a background character.
But I'm shoving Ko out of the way. Nobody cares because here's Chuck Keith.
He Here comes
Keith.
a special boy. Here.
Oh my
comes
god,
a
he's
special
wearing his
boy.
his little yellowed aviators. Were so Top Gun. By the way, everybody dresses. All of the pilots wear pilot leathers with patches all over them. They're jackasses. They're fighting each other. They're cool cocks on campus.
Well, I do think it's funny. We end up in a situation where we have two generations of pilots, right? So we have Ko and we have the
people who was in the war and people who wasn't in the war.
Yeah, we have Ko. We have the big lad with the longer hair who dies, who I don't remember his name, unfortunately.
Oh, Alan. You're talking about Alan.
Yeah, I am. And we have Keith. And then later on we get older pilots. And I like that the younger pilots, for the most part, don't do the jockish, like, dude bro stuff until the older pilots show up. They seem to have a better relationship within their cohort, which I thought was kind of fun. It's like they seem like classmates.
Burning, Teach from Gunbuster. Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back, Teach.
He even has he gets injured later. It's very beautiful.
He has kind of an interesting
situation
situationship with the commander that I was kind of like.
He's got the commander.
Everyone is so gay. Shut the fuck. Everyone's lusting.
Everyone's lusting. I think Captain Sinopus comes onto every single character at least once. It's
including Burning. It's very good.
Including Burning.
And it's usually
Ko.
By putting his cunty little cap on and tilting his head forward.
And leering at you, yeah.
Addressing me with his commanding eyes.
Bright Who, this is my favorite captain in all of the Federation. I love him.
All right, who else we got?
We got our trio of assholes, Bait, Mancha, and Adel. They're veteran pilots who are assigned to the Albion and will be piloting the coolest fucking mechs ever, the GM Customs. They exist to remind you that this was made in 1991 and women weren't really people then.
They exist to remind me that this is Alice's favorite fucking Gundam for a reason. There is some GM pornography within these 13 episodes.
It's really good. But I do think, to your point, Alice, that's interesting. I like the idea that they are veterans who've actually had contact with a war, but there's also a little bit of a generation gap, because the way that they approach women and the way that literally Ko and Keith, we will see on screen, like, try to conduct relationships is so different. Like,
yeah, it's very beautiful.
But who actually bags women? That's right.
Keith.
Okay.
If he die, girl, get on top.
Yeah.
Our bridge crew, what can I say? Helmsman of all time. Love our little navigators.
I love the clumsy purple-haired woman. I don't know her name.
Simon,
the woman who can
I think
never
her last name
respond
is
to
Simon.
a question.
Jacqueline.
Oh, yes, Jacqueline. Yeah.
The only other real person of note in the Federation side is going to be John Cohen, who is the fall guy for this in the Federation. Ask what happens to him after Operation Stardust.
Sorry, there is someone who is, as of this, still in the Federation that I think we should fucking name.
He has a brief appearance. You might have heard of him before. He wears little goggles. His name's Bascom.
And he's a son of a bitch. It fucking rules. I'm clapping at Bosco.
On the other side, we have our Xeon remnants. So we have Annabelle Gato. Hey, what if Samurai were real? That'd be pretty cool.
Sorry. I have a note about Gato also. Let me try to find it. It's a production thing. I think it's cool. Okay. The voice of Captain Sinopus is a dynastic anime that guy named Chikao Otsuka. He passed away in 2015, RIP, a legend. Annabelle is voiced by his son Akio Otsuka, who is also the Japanese voice actor for Solid Snake.
Yo!
Holy shit!
Yeah.
We have Space Guring, Delaz.
Yes.
Hey guys, he might have been part of the SS. I don't know if you can tell that. It might be all the skulls on his uniform.
It might be the fact that we literally saw him at Baoku. It might be that, but who knows?
It might be the framed portrait of Girin, aka Hitler, he keeps in his office.
Bro, you can't have the portrait of Girin in there, man.
Oh my god.
He's like, as long as I keep greasing my scalp, I'll have his hairline someday.
But hello, Greatest Xeon commander ever put on screen. The one, the only, the queen. Seema. Seema
You knew they
Garho.
had budget the moment you saw her hair. Like, this woman is serving nonstop. She needs a Medal of Honor for continuous, unceasing service. She is constantly.
I just want to point something out, and I need to know. I need a Nico's opinion update because the first time we heard about the Gelgoog, Nico said it was fucking stupid, and I just want to know how you're feeling now that we get a purple one that she pilots.
Purple and gold.
Listen, my MILF that thing gland is actively at war with my taste gland. It's difficult. I still don't love the Gelgoog, but I mean, if she pulls up driving it,
she pilots a different one later that's way better than the Gelgoog,
it's way
but
better,
I still love the Gelgoog.
Alice went and got the box.
I haven't unwrapped it because I want to airbrush it and do the whole thing, but I have her out of print HG kit.
My god.
The Gelgoog Marine might be my favorite Xeon unit of all time. The little
it's so good.
Seema, we can just talk about how amazing she is, but did you guys do the extra reading for this, which is the Mayfly OVA?
Yes, I did, actually.
What?
I was confused.
I didn't even know this.
I mean, it was on the VHS that we received.
I got confused because I thought those were like doubled files out of order. I didn't understand what they were.
Or like blank OPs, like in.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help. They were titled wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. So all you need to know is that Seema's backstory is that she is the one who gassed the colonies with her marine amphibious unit. And has been ostracized from the rest of the Xeon remnants because she is a war criminal who got pardoned by the Federation for her crimes as part of the truce. We get the balkanization of Xeon after this in a way that I love, which is...
This is interesting stuff.
We have factions going on, but she is the leader of her own faction who is very powerful of a military force because they are all veterans of the war and are kind of... She's a space pirate now. We can just fucking say it.
I fucking love her goddamn spaceship, and I also love the fact that she has fucking shirtless sovereign immunity as her XO, who just kind of is sitting there barking.
So, okay, we have to talk about the bridge of her Zanzibar, which is she has a cunty little chair with pelts all over it. She like has fucking dominatrix boots, is like clapping a little fan, always has a shawl on, and she has like all these hairy open-chested men just manning the stations like, literally, we are pirates,
she is on some outlaw star shit in a way that insane. I just can't get out of my head. And
I
then
just
she also has...
I support women's wrongs.
I also support her civilian disguise because she also ceaselessly serves in that.
It goes crazy. I'm not normal about her. If you watch this and you were like, oh, Nico's not going to be normal about her, you knew. Yeah, obviously. Thank you. I'm glad you know me.
Thank you.
We're connecting.
So besides them, we have our Anaheim Electronics, our third faction, the military industrial complex. We already kind of went over our engineer, Haxel. She's great. Love her. She's just there, just holding space. But Nina Purpleton is our main character of interest, the designer of the GPO-1 and GPO-2. Mm-hmm. She has Gundam autism, which means she's really into reading manuals, but not the pilot type of Gundam autism. She's more of a watcher.
Listen, my thing about Anaheim Electronics... it is a bad company, obviously, but we need to create it because they seem to exclusively hire women who love Gundam or who love mobile suits more than they love anything else. Later on, we will meet all of her coworkers who are like almost exclusively women and just as crazy about their mobile suits.
Nina Purpleton has a harem. And I just want to say that Nina Purpleton has a harem, and the show tries to make it so that it's that CEO guy's harem. It fails. It's her harem.
It's her harem. They're not checking on him. They don't give a shit about him. They're checking on her. They're like, hey, you need to clock out on time. Hey, you need a personal life. Nina Purpleton and the Major both just need to log off and like go hang with the many women in their lives.
Call to action for the fandom. I just want to say this. This is how abnormal I am. I did something extremely Nico war crime coded. There is one Seema Garho X Haman Karn fic on AO3.
we got to get these numbers
What
up.
the
We
fuck
got to
are
get
we
these
doing?
numbers up. When I saw there is like a Haman Karn like cameo, and when I saw, I was like, we got to get these numbers up. These insane women have to have had a situationship. I do.
know.
Okay, so I make a note later because I keep saying shit like this. I make a note later that is like, I think the reason I'm going crazy yaoi yuri mode is because I genuinely like these characters. And that is like, honestly, a little bit rare in Gundam. Like, I will have a character or a few characters I like, but like every character in this I like, so I want to see them doing shit with other characters.
Yeah.
It's really
Huge.
good.
So,
Huge.
the escape happens.
There's a point at which one of the Zeon guys honorably executes a Zaku because he doesn't like that it's been repurposed by the Federation, which made me laugh. He put that Zaku down like a dog.
I love the fights in this. The fucking Dom Troopins just actually gliding on the ground and just slashing shit.
There's GM porn for Alice and there's Dom porn for me. There's a late game sequence where a Dom fires a single use RPG 4 times without reloading, and I don't even care because it has that much swag.
It's really good. I like that the Zeon unit is made up of people in different mobile suits instead of like, because I feel like we've seen in the past like a new mobile suit would roll out and you fight 5 guys who are all in that mobile suit. This actually feels to me almost like a hero shooter in the sense of like, there are specialized tools being deployed. You have the big fucking moving mountain guy because he's your huge artillery support. And then you have the Dom. And then you have the Zaku. Like, I like that they're in like a little squad where they all have specific roles and are using a mobile suit that suits the role.
We get to move us into the fight. We get Annabelle. I cannot stress this enough. Effortlessly stealing the nuclear armed Gundam from the
In defense. Military weapons don't have keys because you can lose keys. They're usually all just push start. That does not excuse whatever the fuck the security situation is here, which is Annabelle Gatto puts a blanket over himself in the back seat and they and the obvious spy character, Russian Spyovich.
Spyovich is in this. We knew it was bad from the jump because fucking Ko and I almost said him Kevin. Ko and Keith just drive a Jeep onto the fucking Albion and like no one stops them.
These fights are fucking so cool. The cluster munitions that the Dom Troopin uses, the flares and everything. It's just beautiful.
Oh, I was just gonna say the battlefield, like we lose this when we go into space, unfortunately. But the fact that like the weather is affecting things and the fact that like they've stirred up all this dust because of the training exercises, so they can't see each other. All of that stuff is just amazing.
I also like the inherent tactical challenge of trying to reclaim the O2, one without like damaging it too much, but also without accidentally setting off its payload, because it is armed with a nuke. And like, so there's a point where basically Nina has to go like fire on the shield to destroy cooling systems. Like you need to be firing in specific places, and that sequence when the shield like melts is really cool. But like,
you get the cool military part of it that I like is so Torrington Base gets all the fucked up in this first assault. The fights happen, but like the people are like in tatters and like shit's all fucked up, and they're like, hey, somebody actually has to go after it, and we've got like 4 guys in trainer suits. That's it. We're sending them, and they're gonna go fight in the foggy valley against.
And as far as getting a Gundam Pro Tag into a suit that they're not supposed to be in, I actually like this setup because it just makes sense. Like they were hanging out in the hangar, they're already talking about who's going to pilot it, whatever. One of them gets stolen, you have another one. It makes sense. Yeah,
and we know he's already what? Read the manual.
Yes!
He read the manual.
You have to do your homework if you want to pilot anything.
Talking about Gundam pilot autism, he ignores Nina to go and climb up and touch the robot in a way that is like, guys, when I say this is so Top Gun, looking at the jet and getting horny for it. Looking at the mech and getting... Annabelle Gatto goes in and looks at it and he says, what a superb design. And I think he is rock hard.
Yeah, there's this is never.
Well, and it's also just to put a finer point on it, like the Gundam Unit 02 is so evil looking, and also it straight up has like Dom legs. So like it is so clearly the evil Gundam meant for evil, used by the evil side to do evil. And I don't love any of the Gundams that are in this, but I like that one the most, I think.
I'm going to say it now. I have to get it at the top. The Gundam Unit GPO2 is the most successful Metal Gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It literally is. It literally is.
It is.
It literally
it is. It is.
Yeah, no, you're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're just correct. Alice, you've never been more correct.
I even called Annabelle. And the only difference between Annabelle and Liquid Snake is that Annabelle wears a shirt the whole time.
Yeah, and that could have changed. Like, they could have changed that. It would have been fine. Annabelle. I love Annabelle. Because
me too.
This is where my brain started, like, bending a little bit about, like, what is going on with Zeon. Because, first of all, he says the line, compliments are for Earthnoids, which is incredibly funny.
Yes.
Because somebody compliments him on how well he stole the GO2, and he's like, compliments are for Earthnoids. But I love
his
like,
everything.
It's so good, but this is when he says the line that I did the bit on at the beginning. If this operation is successful, I'll never have to look at the night sky from below again. And it's like, rarely do we see the specific, like, almost cultural difference between Earthnoids and Spacenoids as we do with something like this. Like, it was an emotional kind of flag of, like, what does it mean to be a Spacenoid? Sometimes it means if you're having to operate on Earth, you don't like your position in relation to the stars. That isn't where you belong. And I think that has been one of the better expressions of that isn't just like Char or like, you know.
I think it's one of the main plots is that Delaz is using the fanaticism of Zeon remnants to execute his plan of, like, you know, full fascist just depopulation. I just like how Anaval hates being on Earth so much. Mm-hmm. And it's like, damn, you ever seen one sunrise? It's worth it. I don't know, guys. We should keep him.
And I like that that's expressed because the people from Anaheim who, like, say that they've never lived on Earth before are enamored with sunrises and sunsets. Nina Purpleton loves the different colors and wave textures of the ocean. Like, there's a lot more, I think, nuance to people's relationship to Earth in this than we get in, like, Char's counterattack when the Earth is literally the thing that's at stake, which is kind of rough. But I also love that Gato lectures Ko at one point during the battle because they have a direct line between the two different Gundams, and Ko is like, "Oh, okay, sir," and Gato has to say, "Dipshit, I'm the enemy. Don't take notes."
Yep.
It's
best
so good.
line. It's so good.
But like in the way that, like, your enemies sort of define you thing, like, Ko learns from all. Ko takes L's from, and actually, I don't think Ko ever really wins against Annabelle throughout the whole thing, which actually really I like. But he learns a lot through all of his experiences. And I like that. So the whole reason to fight thing is something that you extrapolate from Amuro's journey, right? You understand that Amuro fights to protect his friends. You understand that you come to understand. Well, Camille is a less subtle person, so he outright says that he's fighting out of a sense of, like,
child.
Judo is an interesting case because Judo has two different reasons to fight depending on if you're in the first or second half of the show. But either way, you pull that stuff out of the plot, whereas I think the story is directly telling Ko or asking Ko, like, why are you here? You know? And that's something that Ko has to kind of, like, assemble on his own. Which I like. That just works on me a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what works on me? The shot where somebody in a mech grabs and punches a tank. It's a really good shot.
We could just list great shots. The Komusai taking off and him staring it down and shooting it. Holy shit. The engine's so blasting white. But to keep kind of the speed up on this, other things I want to hit. The vets that come in are from the Immortal 04th team. Oh, Brian's flagging me.
Oh, no. No, I just mean I hate these guys. That's it. That's all I was doing.
Okay. The Immortal 04th, which, hey, I love character building. I don't know. I love world building where you're like, oh, yeah, there are these MS teams, Maybe we'll hear about the 08th one sometime. I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't believe it.
He goes to see dead pilot's room and looks at the titty posters sadly. Love that moment.
To be fair, he looks directly at the kind wartime photos while we all look at the titty poster directly.
Yes, precisely.
We see that, hey, if you are actually working for the military, there are rules. Motherfuckers thrown in the brig for a week. You can't just take the mech and then lose another mech. You have to actually be cool.
You can't take the mech and like bury it in the sand and kick some sand over it and then go see your mom and meet
Man,
Papa
I was a
Ball.
little disappointed that we didn't get a single mech buried in sand in an hour in this.
We did get the shot of the destroyed Zaku reaching for the sun, which was a crazy artistic, but it was so good.
Oof.
It wants to go home.
Alice, how pregnant are you after the fight between Unit 1 and the GM, the Monsha GM in the wrecked building?
So he's using a GM custom, which is this really cool teal color. It's so hot. This is okay. I'm glad we watched Macross Plus, so you could get this is the better version of that training fight that they have in it.
They're using big mech paintball guns, which is just the best.
I think many times during this series, I had to check if my Fujoshi goggles are on. It's just that gay. They are trying to see who is going to top, and it's so hot.
And I need Monsha to die badly, not the least of which because he canonically gropes like every woman he meets except Mara, which no taste. All your taste is in your tongue.
And canonically becomes a fascist Titan pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the worst man on earth.
He'll need to die, yeah.
Yeah.
So hey, just to get it out of the way, we gotta talk about the Africa plot. So there's some Zeon remnants in Africa who are in a diamond mine and have diamonds, and they look like the Africa cores of the Waffen SS.
Yeah, but they're also, I like that they mentioned the diamond mine because then they also kind of pulled me to thinking about apartheid in South Africa. It's like, oh, where are your most fascist white boys?
Coded. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that like they all survive, or I guess we assume they survive. It's possible that the Titans coded Federation people got custody of them and executed them all, but they surrender at the end of this arc and they appear to live.
Yeah.
The other thing that I like is I don't care where it is. If you shoot an HLV out of a diamond mine, I'm clapping.
It's really good. I love that we get one of my favorite elements. If you're doing Gundam shit on Earth, my favorite thing is the literal fight to break Earth's gravity. Got foiled once in the slick little motorcycle looking booster jets. Now we got to get in the big fucking heap booster jet that they've been saving since the fucking 1 year war.
Maybe part of why I really do love this is it's a heist movie to start. Including the plans going wrong, having to, shootouts in the street. I do think the Africa fighting, this is some of my favorite on-Earth fighting we ever get in Gundam. They're like running across fields and they're just like shooting guns. I love that the Zeon remnants realize that they have old machines. And just a shout out to this whole core. All of these different units have different designs. Yeah. There's one prototype MS-09 Dom. They're all kind of just different shades of gray. Like, it has that lived-in military vibe that is just like, mwah, choice, no notes. But also just the fact that, like, the fight between the GMs and all of them is like, who gets hit first? Like, shit, they got lasers. This is gonna happen. I like the kamikaze run. Like, hey, let me just shoot the Albion. And that's it. That's what we can accomplish with 10 old mobile suits versus a modern military. But also, just gonna put it over here on the side, which is to say, somebody tries to use a GM to look up Nina Purpleton's skirt, and that is not okay. GMs are not for perversion. You can't be doing that,
Do not
Moshe.
implicate my son in your crimes.
I love you, Alice. No, and that's Monsha again, who, again, you need to die badly. I need you to die badly.
Imagine being a woman in the Federation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because apparently at Anaheim, you're just living your life.
I'm fantasizing about Moncha being just like one of the nameless people that gets obliterated by the Zeta Gundam at some point. That's comforting to me.
Yeah, but I love this ending. I love something else that is really cool here is just like the fact that like worldwide communication doesn't exist in Gundam universe, and like yeah, they're calling into base, but like they can't pull up the satellite networks to find the Zeon people. Like
later, it is like almost a surprise when they get spotted by a satellite mounted gun. Like, you know, like I like that kind of stuff. Like this is where the Minovsky particle stuff pays off. Because I mean, number one, it's the thing that enables Gundams doing like chivalric combat on a field, like you were saying, Alice. But also like, I like that it does make it really hard to communicate in a way that we have lost in modern warfare, which is really cool.
Anything else before we head to part 2?
No, I'm dying to head to part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2, episodes 5 through 9. The Delaz fleet, now with the Gundam GPO-2 in its grasp, declares war on the Earth Federation, citing the Earth Federation's military buildup as its reason for reigniting the conflict. Meanwhile, Ko and the Albion head to Von Braun, get a Gundam upgrade, then fight a Zeon Remnant and his refurbished Val Walo mobile armor. The Delaz fleet then launches Operation Stardust by using their stolen nuke on the Federation's naval review, destroying 2/3 of the Federation's fleet in one fell swoop. Hey guys, the hits keep coming. Guys, we're declaring war because they're doing buildup, and as evidence points to the evidence right next to me, which is the GPO-2 with a nuke in it.
The objective evidence.
Again, it's so funny to me. It's like, listen, I'm never going to give critical support to Nazis, but it is incredibly funny that in this case, they were correct. The Federation literally opened the nuke bunker.
And first of all, episode 5 is crazy because it just psychically shoots hype lasers directly into your brain. Seema is introduced. Seema immediately says the best line in the whole show, which is when she tells Annabelle to go polish his Gundam.
Yes.
And then we also get a fucking shower scene with the engineer and Nina. Like the goggles will not come off. They're glued. I am Bosk Ohm. They're glued to my face. I'm sleeping with these goggles on.
It's gonna get even harder to remove because new love interest for Ko is just dropped. Junkyard Man.
Hey, do you guys want to repair the coolest mobile armor ever with me while the ending theme of this show plays, which is literally a romantic ballad about wanting to fuck? Literally.
They explored each other's bodies in that hangar. They explored each other's bodies
Kelly
in that hangar.
is a vet of the 1 Year War who lost his arm in the Battle of Solomon. Hey, Solomon, I'd say it's Ghost is here. His main purpose is having the best hair in the world. Hey, I guess I can talk about Ko Araki, which is just like, I would have been better at it. That's all I'm saying.
Put Alice in the Gundam. She's read the
Ko's
manual.
big thing is he shoves back his chair and runs off when confronted with being a little bitch.
And he gets his
he runs
whole
off,
ass beat.
Gets his ass beat on the moon for being a shitty pilot. And hey, they're not wrong. I would also want to punch a Fetty pilot after that war. That's
absolutely. I just want to say we haven't gotten since the first Gundam compilation movies. I don't think we've gotten like a paint background of a space city that looks as good as Von Braun looks.
So good.
It's beautiful.
Like since the Side 6 stuff with Amuro and his dad.
So incredible. This is also when so there's the initial combat in space and the Gundam gets like shit wrecked, which is part of why they go to Von Braun to get. There's a sequence where he rough lands the damaged Gundam. And like Mara is having them put up nets and like they're getting ready for him to come in with like no fuck. It's so fucking good. I don't give a shit about the romance. Fuck off. This whole sequence goes so
I think
crazy.
It's so cute.
I kind of give a shit about the romance. I kind of give a shit.
But at this point, I was mostly just like, oh my god, Lieutenant Mara. Catch me in your big net.
So the big thing about this is they just got to space, and so Seema and her Marines have Gelgoogs that are fitted for quick space combat. They have these cool like pylons with that additional jets, and that's their whole thing is they do space combat. They're veterans. and co-launches in the Gundam, which is not built for space. That's in its ground configuration.
I love the touch that Nina tried to load her like the floppy that has the like coordination stuff on it, or like the what's the word I'm looking for?
They were competing basically in terms of upgrade calculations and calculating for space.
They were doing romance can be doing calculations against your girlfriend to see who can
what's
do
it
math
called
better.
When you like there's a word I'm looking for where it's like you do it with
schematics.
You did it with like older touchscreen technology, like the DS. You had to run a thing
calibration.
Calibration. That's the
Yes.
word.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
What a way to get for calibration.
I know. My brain's
I love
poisoned.
it.
But yeah, they've got competing floppies, and he goes out with his, which sucks shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just like a casual, and she's like a hyper autist for Gundams, you know?
Yeah, you're
He
not...
read the manual, she wrote it. Literally, it's her Gundam. So he gets absolutely wrecked. They have this crash. He gets in trouble for, being an idiot, shouldn't have launched. And so he meets Kelly, who works at the lowest level of On Braun, which is the recycling and manufacturing areas, at a junkyard, where he is with his lavender wife, vibing. Yeah. And hey, don't go into the shed that the door is open. I know you just woke up, Fetty Pilot, but don't go into this giant shed that the door is open in and see my mobile armor that I've been rebuilding.
Hey, can I say something? We knew Cyberpunk wasn't quite happening yet, or there's no Cyberpunk in this fucking setting, because they have mobile suits and no decent prosthetics, especially for, like, good pilots. I cannot believe this man lost his arm and they went, goodbye. You should be able to get a fucking prosthesis.
That might be a contrivance, because I honestly would trade it for the fact that he has modified his cockpit to be piloted with one arm. I just find that unspeakably badass.
It's so cool, but it is so crazy to me that I'm like, oh, we just like don't have prosthetics, I guess. That's crazy.
Hey,
anyway.
just to point this out, he was a pilot for the people who lost. They're not giving him shit. Fuck him. He's a villain.
But he lives in a junkyard. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. I just wish he could live his best life.
It's another one of the scars of war that you can't really get over, but
this is when I made kind of an inscrutable note. I promise this is going somewhere. In medieval times, they didn't know how flies came to be, and so they believed in something called spontaneous generation, which is if something stank and was gross enough, flies would just appear. And I am positing the spontaneous generation of Char XP's theory, which is if there is a protagonist, Char XP's will begin appearing. They don't actually have to have any origin point, they just start showing up.
I love this whole arc. Okay, Top Gun of it all, right? Like, it's just like they're working on this together. One of the cool parts of this whole arc is that they both learn each other is a pilot for the other side.
Yeah, and they still have sex, which is crazy.
Yeah, they
enemy mine.
I must have not had that scene.
I cannot stress enough that they have literally a rom-com falling out, and then Ko runs back to fix the Val Walo with him, and the ending theme of this show, the first ending theme, I played it for my bit at the very beginning. It is literally about fucking...
There's a shot where Ko is just sitting on Kelly's shoulders to reach a certain part, and like, not in like a, oh, this is a cute little getting a boost kind of way, but like,
in a certain inevitable geometries way.
Yeah, there's certain inevitable geometries happening there.
The plot here is insane, which is the Delaz fleet is getting forces, including buying people out to help them. They send Scummy McScumbag over to pick up the mobile armor and is like, hey, I'm going to pay you for it, but you won't be piloting it. And he's like, no, this was my whole thing, is I wanted to pilot again, actually.
I literally built the whole thing to be piloted one-handed. Like, you literally can't do anything with this.
And Seema said, this is why you can never trust men. I didn't tell him to do that. Are you an idiot? He's going to go crazy and break out and try and kill the Gundam. And so Kelly goes crazy and breaks out and tries to kill the Gundam. But before we do that, we have to have the coolest launch sequence in all of Gundam, which is we've put the full verniers on. we are doing the calibration and we are launching a cool music.
This is my favorite fight in the whole thing.
Mhm.
The Val Walo is it's like orgasmic to look at to me.
The crab mobile armor with its big arms. I love this thing.
Arsonization.
It's got a mega particle cannon. He is just like this whole fight.
This is the most shoji design to me. And it shows, and the fight fucks so hard. I had a brief moment where I thought that Nina was gonna die the way Gundam ladies die, which is completely preventable and doing something really stupid.
Yeah.
But she doesn't, so thank God.
Yeah.
So talking about dude bro shit, he gets out there and he says, hey, well, first off, he kills a guy out of the Zaku box, which is a box with the Zaku in it that you deploy bad people in to get blown up.
I did mentally immediately have the image of someone like with a drone dropping a fucking Funko Pop in the box.
Right? But he points the laser down and says, hey, by the way, Gundam pilots are all samurai. We have to have a samurai duel.
Yes.
And so they say, well, dudes being dudes, we got to go have a samurai duel. Like, send him out with no fallout plan to just like shoot this guy with a laser. They're like, no, men have to duel. The duel is awesome. No notes. If you haven't watched this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, three things on romance. One, the Nina and Co romance is getting cuter. This is when I note that.
I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you.
Two, this is when we find out that Mara is dating
Yes.
Keith.
Yes.
Which is so funny. My note was Mara should les out, but I will endorse her getting a little twink. Okay, she gets
100%.
Keith. The other detail we find out is that, who were erstwhile comrades who still apparently wistfully watch each other's fucking vid calls? Gato and Kelly? This was such a, one moment type thing, but there's, a flashback to when Kelly was with Zeon, and there's a part where we see that Kelly is watching, a vid call from Gato, and I'm like, this is what I made the note that it's I think I'm going crazy Yaoi Yuri mode because I actually like that all these characters have relationships to each other and are well written. I was just going crazy. But yeah, Kelly dies.
Yeah.
Kelly dies.
Beautifully.
Kelly, because of the color and the shape language and the way that he dies, it's like this weird Lala mirror to me.
Yes.
I think it's kind of an explicit reference, right? Because he ends up.
I think it's pretty loud. They evoke, to be fair, they evoke this also in Unicorn in a way with a mobile armor. I think the language of a mobile armor kind of new type-ish pilot dying as a emotional arc is really beautiful. But hey, to keep us going, anybody else anything to do on Von Braun?
I like Nina and Co's secret handshake. Lieutenant Burning and the commander should les out.
And I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you.
The warship has a library system, and we see a 3-second shot of Co checking out books about women. Because, I'm sorry, again.
Women are from Mars.
You gotta read the manual.
Me when I'm autistic. So we get some background chatter about this naval review, which is a cool idea, while somebody is like, we have a nuke and we're terrorists. Well, we gotta still have the party, guys. Let's talk about the naval review.
Where do we lose Burning?
I think we're about to talk about it. We're literally about to talk about it. But I just want to point out that we need a mortal duel between Ko and the main character of Gunhead because of their radically opposing ideas about carrots.
Yes, it's so fucking funny. Brother, you gotta eat your fucking nutrients.
So, hey, we're having the naval review, which is when we get all of our ships together and line them up, and we go, wow, we're the Federation. We won.
The militaries do this, I guess, but
never model your shit off of anything Britain has done. They literally say, "Oh, the first one was when King James, blah blah blah." You're already taking it out.
And we get something that is cool, which is we're just gonna ignore the terrorists over there. They're not serious. Don't worry about that.
And also Burning with his cast on is frolicking through a field, planting little death flags everywhere like peonies every time he speaks.
First of all, he goes Bright Noah mode. He just starts hitting people out of the blue. And I was like, why has he gone Bright Noah mode? And I'm like, oh, probably because he's about to die. And then my next note is R.I.P. Burning.
This is something that Zeon totally mogs the Federation over, which is when you have two men drinking liquor together in a room. Zeon does it way better because there is literally like a candle in the corner and that's it. The clinical hospital lighting of the old man yaoi between Cinnapus and Burning in this doesn't hit. They need to turn the lights down by several units.
Hey, I just want to say that if on the Gundog you had to go to the doctor to check out how much alcohol you could drink because you're the captain, a lot of things would have happened on there. That's all I'm saying. I'm just
The bottle is edged.
So because of this announcement of, hey, Zeon rise up, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do the terrorism, all these little terrorist cells have started popping up and they're attacking the fringes of the Naval Review. And so when that's happening, you just continue to have the Naval Review.
Yeah, clearly you don't need to do anything about that. We've gotten a foreboding shot of Haman Karn. Just keep doing the Naval Review. Just ignore that.
By the way, the Axis fleet is here. We have invoked Axis and Haman Karn, and they're just here as neutral observers because that's
fine.
We just have a cameo about Haman complaining that she apparently doesn't have HVAC on Axis because it's really cold all the time.
She says, I'm cold. Char isn't here. Where's Char? The specter of Char is hanging us.
Girl, there's like 8 Char XPs. Go outside.
Touch space grass.
Annabelle Gatto is like, I would like to do terrorism. And Delaz is like, please go do a terrorism. And so they sneak in and he says, hey, I'm cool as fuck. I want to announce that I'm going to nuke them. Fire the flare. And the guy's like, we're doing a stealth mission? We don't. And he's like, fire the fucking flare. And they fire the fucking flare. And that's how Ko knows to go have gay sex with him. But hey, little spoiler here. So, Burning does his thing. So he gets the kill, but in a way that is so cool in Mech, he takes a round that they think is fine. All the systems say is fine. But it causes, and like we get a cool upshot about it, like causing a jam that triggers his reactor to overload.
It's really good.
He finds the Nazis with the plans on his arm and is like, oh my god, I found the Nazis' plans. I'm going to react to them live on air, which is the last death trigger he pulls.
Yep.
I conflated this scene with a different one. I just want to shout out earlier when Seema first owns the Unit 1 Gundam before the whole Moon arc. Burning has a moment that gave me full body chills, which is when he's beating his own cast off to go and save Ko's life.
Yes.
Yeah. I was really good.
Whoa. Yeah.
Again, that's what made me sad when he went Bright Noah mode, because he was doing that shit prior, and I'm like, oh man.
So A, Ko is not a child, and B, Ko did do something incredibly fucking, like, I'm a little bit more behind this slap than a Bright Noah slap.
They all kind of are good. So that all's happening, drama's happening. I now have to do my one-line read. I'm gonna,
okay.
You gotta, okay. Solomon, I have returned!
Danger zone.
This is when I made the fucking note. Damn, okay, Gatto, I was unfamiliar with your game.
So they renamed Solomon to something fucking stupid like Green Bay Island. I don't know. And he's like, I won't dead name you, Solomon.
I will dead name you because your dead name was cooler.
So first off, how do you load the nuke? You take your barrel off of your shield, which is cool as shit. You have the most awesome animation of it locking on and loading. We realized that all of the boosters on it are to counteract the shooting of the railgun bazooka it has. He blows up 2/3 of the Naval Review, and it's the most glorious shot in mecha porn. And then the rest of the shield is to survive the close proximity blast. Again, I go back to pointing to my thesis. This is the only successful Metal Gear.
Triple X, NC-17,
point.
smut film pornography is this nuke being launched.
And then he launches the nuke, he gets this, Ko comes for his ass, they end up fighting to a deadlock where the two Gundam models are going to blow up. They exit their Gundams in normal suits at like the same time, and Gato grabs him so their helmets contact so he can speak and says, "I'll remember your name now." Yeah, oh, okay. Is Gundam good?
At least one.
And then I immediately go, no, it's not, because as it turns out, Gato is like Nina's ex. We'll find this out later. But this is when I first noted it. I was like, oh god, okay.
I kept writing in my notes, who could have seen this happening? Who could have seen this happening? Who could? And the answer, dear listeners, is Anaheim Electronics, who made all of this happen, and A++.
Yep.
Anything else about the this segment before we head into the what some might call the climax of this gay sex?
So I want to point out one thing, which is another. Maybe we should have a chime for this, which is another Monsha deserves to die moment, which is when he's torturing a Zeon prisoner and he says, "You guys have no purpose but to be destroyed." I just think that like. The naval review is when I start saying, "Oh, we're doing Titans. This is Titans pilled.
This is Titan shit."
Some might say because we didn't punish the Zeon remnants enough that Operation Stardust happened, and
damn.
Listen, it's all bad. It's all bad.
So we have to show you the nuke scene again to start this off.
Yeah, because it was good. They're like, "Hey, did you watch that? Did you see this
Episodes
shit?"
10 to 13. The two Gundams are destroyed in intense fighting between Gato and Ko, and Seema hijacks two colonies. The Albion crew visits La Vie en Rose to retrieve
Yes, she's
the
back.
third prototype Gundam. The Federation doesn't care about the colony drop when it was aimed at the moon, but when it's suddenly redirected to Earth, they deploy their solar system too to stop it. A really messy breakup fight happens. Gato and Ko fight in a really cool mobile armors, and the Midwest gets colony dropped. Everyone involved is scapegoated, but hey, Keith survived.
Keith survived. Alice didn't, but Keith did.
I don't know how you have the as bleak of an ending this has, and I'm still clapping. It's such a
Because it makes sense. It's a well done tragedy.
Yeah.
So we play off some cards that we had pulled from the deck earlier. They were moving two colonies. We've stolen those two colonies. Just to talk about this, they then spin them together after blowing off two panels so that they hit each other and go away from the moon and towards Earth. So they faked out the Federation. They were like, we're going to drop this on the moon. Fuck the moon.
Yeah, so they cut off one of the mirror panels so that they'll collide and so that it sends one of them towards the moon. And then and then Seema calls Anaheim and it's like, hey, power our thrusters or your city gets flattened. And of course they power her thrusters.
Chad shit.
And I just, again, more CEOs should do what that guy does at the end of this OVA. Just saying.
Yeah. We see sort of what everyone who has exorbitant wealth should do. I was pogging at the return of La Vie en Rose, my favorite fucked up space station. I love her. Unfortunately, they get into dock and everyone just starts hating on them. She's so animated.
Sorry to Nina, both her children are dead. R.I.P.
Yeah, I do love, this is a woman who at one point yelled, "Yeah, my Gundams!" She literally loves her Gundams and her children are dead. And then she goes to La Vie en Rose where her sister still has her child.
Her sister says, I made better robot, by the way, and it's thriving.
Yeah. She also says the most baffling line I've ever heard, which is, "I'm getting drawn into this." Bitch, you work for Stark Industries. What are you talking about?
You have a Raytheon fucking lanyard. What are we doing here? I think when we see the Gundam 3 is also when we get a cutaway to see the sick fucking Neue Ziel.
I'm wriggling.
So we get two fuckers, but we got to talk about her first, the Neue Ziel. The AMX02 Neue Ziel. AMX02, do those numbers mean anything to you?
No.
No, unfortunately, I'm not autistic like that or at all.
Okay.
I've forgotten. Because
it's made by the
other one.
Okay, anyway.
Alice, please embrace it and explain it.
No, because now I feel like I'm misspeaking.
Wait, okay, so I googled AMX01.
Oh, I forgot. So the AMX series is made by the Jupiter Corporation, who made the the Zeonic Corporation, who made the 003 Gaza C and the AMX-004, the Quebly. This is a precursor to the Quebbles.
Miss Quebbles. Yeah, I see it. I totally see it.
So between this and the Drock C, you don't need feet in space.
I'm
saying
it.
We haven't talked about the Drassi. He's kind of zooming around. We've seen a bunch of him. I am. Is your lower half ever a rectangle? And I love it.
So Gato is piloting the Neue Ziel, and that is like the big mobile armor that they brought out that they got from the Axis Advanced Fleet. So the Levian Rose brings their big toy, and the Axis Fleet brings this big toy, and they're like, at this point, they just gotta get the football close enough to kick a field goal. Okay? They don't need a touchdown to win at this point. So they're just like, all of the remnants are just defending the colony, and it's a race against that. And
the Federation again is just like not taking action until it is kind of almost too late. So they kind of have to stage a mutiny on Levian Rose to get the fucking Gundam Model 3 out of there. This is where we get our first dead woman, but I also understand it because these women love their Gundams like their children, which is like incredible in a way. Brain-powered who.
And she had the dead mom braid. Like, that was a big flag to wear the dead mom braid.
Oh, fuck. It's so funny. But, like, it's yeah.
So something we need to talk about between the two of these is, very loudly, the Neue Ziel and the Dendrobium both have an eye field, both provided by Anaheim Electronics. Interesting. It's, hey, we're just doing the thing. The Dendrobium, hello. I love her.
I know you do. I'm
Big Chungus.
This is where I cannot follow you.
This is Big Chungus.
I hate this thing. I despise this thing.
What if it had one of its canisters was just an arm that gave you a rocket launcher to shoot with your little version?
I do like that the Dendrobium is has ballistic weapons, and the Neue Ziel has exclusively laser weapons. I like that comes up in the fighting. But yeah.
But what if its little claw was also the biggest laser beam you've ever seen? And it sword fought with that.
Yeah. What if it had a Nataku Gundam style beam saber detachable chain claw? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
And what if it was used when you fucking get your shit betrayed to yank the fucking bridge out of a battleship to try to kill your betrayer? Because, okay, Seema is constantly doing hot girl shit. Sorry, at all times is she up to some shenanigans and fucking...
So the plot here is beautiful, which is Seema, who actually fucking hates what Zeon did to her, is like, well, I'm just selling out for my people. I'm going with the Fetties. Actually, I was triple crossing everybody. Kills Space Himmel, shoots him in the back of the head, which causes Annabelle Gato to go, all is lost. I was doing it for the bald man.
Which is wild because, like, that's a traditional Zeon greeting. He should remember this from Caecilia. That is a traditional Zeon.
Well, and at the very beginning of this, that is what, like, radicalizes Delaz in the first place. So it kind of makes sense that he's, like, losing it here.
Seema, very importantly here, deploys in the AGX-04 Gerbera Tetra.
That's the one that got me like, okay.
Originally was going to be Gundam Unit 04 before the design got bought from Anaheim and reconstituted.
And they put some curves
which is
on
some
her.
mecha shit. I love her. Seema goes whole hog. Solar System 2 gets used, but gets... Okay, the flying against the panels on the solar system to destroy the control unit. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it?
My jaw was on the fucking floor. Oh my god, it looks so good. Top Gun who? This blows Top Gun out of the fucking water.
Our three main protagonists meet on the colony. We learn that it was a love triangle all along. So, finish that loop. Those two better raw dog. They don't.
Triangle is the strongest shape, and they don't.
Gato goes out in a blaze of glory, just like fighting Federation goons, basically. It's beautiful. He kills like a gajillion of them.
I do like so what he says in this moment is that like they are at this point, one, we're past the point of no return. The colony is dropping on the Earth. At this point, it's about where it drops. And what he says when basically the Federation forces roll up and are like, if you surrender, we won't kill you. And he says to his men, basically, only one of us needs to make it through their line to tell the truth of what happened here. And like, I love that he is so fixated on like this narrative, what they accomplished, what he was part of. He does not want that twisted by any of these factions. He wants somebody who was here and was part of it to survive, even if that's not him. And then he and all his men throw themselves on the Fedi line, which is crazy. It's interesting to see what people's priorities are there at the end. And his is definitely about like, I served an ideal and was betrayed, and I want the ideal to survive somehow.
Boss Gome is a massive cunt.
Yep.
I love Seema's evil laugh.
Seema fights Ko in the Stamen GPO 3B. It's a cool fight. I like it. I think she
deserved to win
better.
But
yeah, let's be honest. She's had a stressful day. She was tired.
But it was a cool death. I just want to say we don't have new types, but at one point RE the colony drops, someone says it's the light of those men's souls, and my notes just say nut gig in 24 point font.
Nut gig
real. Also, in my note in 24-point font, as they do a pan shot, is ball spotted. I saw a ball.
Ball spotted. Ball mentioned.
Ball mentioned.
Yep. Nino chose Gato. Just always like to laugh about that. Just laughing out loud right now. I'm still laughing. I'm just laughing that Nina chose Gato over Ko. And also, if you've ever wondered what it's like to record OSG, we all stand in the colony control center pointing guns at each other.
Yeah,
that's real. Wait, hey, sometimes we're in the theater pointing guns at each other.
True. I think my reading of the whole choosing Annabelle thing is less about her choosing him and more that she's a very short-sighted and selfish person, and her main investment in the conflict is that she doesn't want Ko and Gato to fight.
I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen.
And I think at this point she's recognizing that Ko is not really in a place to be reasoned with, and she also knows that Gato will not kill her and is capable of extricating her from that situation. So I think that's more what's going on there than her choosing him. I don't think it sucks any less. But I do. Okay, I'm jealous. I want to be in my little core fighter and be in the hand of a dom. I want that for me. Can I have that?
Real.
Can I be in the hand of a dom,
it's
please?
It's really good. It's just cradled like a little football.
Yeah.
The Fedis kind of do. Okay, did I misread this? It seems like the solar system got really damaged. But the Fedis do try to take a 25% power Hail Mary shot, and mostly what it seemed to me they did is that they just sort of partially melted Ko and maybe a bunch of their own guys.
They own gold really hard. Yep.
Yeah, it was an own gold. He's good at those. So our epilogue happens. Ko is put to a military tribunal for what he did. He gets a year of hard labor.
This is the return of Top Gun. I think Top Gun left after like episode 4, and then like the court martial scene that immediately becomes non-material because they had to cover it up is Top Gun again.
Yeah. So everybody gets punished. The Titans are formed, all of this. But we end with the reunion between Ko and Keith. And we get that Echo, which is he's now piloting a Gelgoog in those aggressor khaki colors.
Yeah, top peace. 5 Gundam gif of all time is the peace. The mobile suit's doing peace.
Sign as it walks by.
Kisu, love you. And the wild, cheerful music as we see all of our beloved characters putting on Titans uniforms is unbelievable.
It goes crazy.
It goes crazy.
Oh, what a fucking show this was.
What a show.
I'm glad we didn't watch the compilation movie for this one. It made sense. This was only 13 episodes. This was really good. I feel like it used almost like every minute. Like, I really did not feel like any of my time was wasted. It was just, and it was gorgeous the whole way through.
This is the best Gundam.
And
Alice is correct.
Thank you.
Seema's still alive. I think women can take a full cannon shot to the abdomen of their mobile suit, and it's fine.
You know, that's where her cockpit was, but I believe
women can do anything.
Maybe it was in the head. I don't know.
It could have been in the head.
Some of the newer
I believe
models.
women can do anything.
Any other scenes from this that we didn't highlight? There's a lot that happens in these 13 episodes. Any other little special little things? The GM cannon too is just cute.
Oh yeah.
I like his little shoulder blades. He's adorable. That's it.
Yeah. I don't have anything else because towards the end of this, I was mostly just like really enmeshed in watching it. So I wasn't taking a ton of notes, but it was really well done.
I'm cruising through. I don't have anything really big. I guess one thing I didn't mention that I really liked as a touch for just the military of it all is that when they receive their admiralty inspection, the Albion, they bring on a mailbag from Earth and all the soldiers are fighting over it. I really love that scene.
Yeah, it was really cute.
There's lots of stuff like that I just really like. Another one that's similar to that is when Nina talks about how bad spaceships smell. I love that touch too.
Yeah.
It's all recycled air and sweat. Can you imagine?
Yeah, there are little moments like that. There's one scene where they're just like hanging out in like a snack room in a corridor, and I'm just like, this is vibes. I love this kind of shit. Like, just hang out. Somebody asked me what else we have to do. Somebody lead me into that.
Well, Alice, I think we've covered everything, and we saw a bunch of women. Only one of them died. I don't think there's really anything else for us to talk about, unless you want to talk about all...
We gotta rate these goddamn mechs.
Yeah, all these fucking robots we saw, which I'm gonna be real with you, Alice. I see you. Like 500 of these are just GMs.
Yeah.
I dropped the link in the chat. You can kind of scroll through it. You have the powered GM. You have the GM Type C ground type. You have the GM Type C Space Force color. You have the GM Cannon 2, the GM Custom, other things like this. You also have all the Zaku, Gelgoos. Just a lot of 1 year mobile suit porn, if I'm being honest, with some little freaks.
Absolutely deserves a mention. It doesn't get very much screen time at all, but there is a Xeon like nuclear submarine that we see. That thing rules too.
I like the little skiff they send out to go and pick them up. It's so adorable.
Yeah.
So Brian, why don't you start?
Okay. I mean, the two things alone that make this a 10, just even without everything else, is the scene where Unit 01 has to make the rough landing with all the straps. That is some of the sickest mech shit I've ever seen. The other thing is the Val Walo. I mean, it's a crab. It's time for crab.
It's time for crab.
I mean, and then, like everything else, literally the only thing I don't love Unit 01 Gundam. And I absolutely despise the Dendrobium. I cannot stand it. But like this one had all of my favorite guys, including Ball, including Zaku 2, including Dom.
Here.
And the what I call in my notes, fuck ugly masterpiece, the Zamel.
Yeah.
And then, all of the stuff about mechs, the fact that this was so grounded and hard sci-fi, hard military, the fact that we were able to make so many connections to Metal Gear, like I struggle mentioning Metal Gear in the context of like any other Gundam. This and we all know how I feel about Metal Gear. So like it's like it just goes. I'm scared because we have so much 1 year pod left, but and this has to be the peak. It's so good. 10 out of 10.
What do you mean like G-Quux isn't the peak?
I don't like a lot of the G-Quux, and I'm gonna be real, just sneak peek. I think the Unicorn Gundam is the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen. So I don't have a lot of hope for the future.
It's definitely no G savior. Nika, what about you?
Oh yeah, so this is a crazy good one for me. Like, okay, I will say again, I don't give a shit about GMs. I like Zaku's. Zaku's are my mass production unit. They're just like a little bit quirked up with it. I like Zaku's. And again, for me, I was seeing a lot of powder pink Zaku's because my eyes are broken. So I was like thriving. But there were a lot of GMs, and I will say there were also a hell of a lot of Gelgoogs, which are not my favorite. So on the one hand, I did not love that. But
even these Gelgoogs? Not to try and get you in the corner here,
okay,
but like...
do you remember way back in the 0079 compilation movies where I was very frustrated and I said that Garma's ship looked like it ate a bee?
Yeah.
All of these really chunked up lads are just not me. I don't like the huge bell bottoms. I don't like the huge bustles. Like, they ate a bee to me. But the Grabera Tetra, the Dropsy, which is so sick, the Zamel, which is the one exception to my I don't like the big Chungus, because that is just a mountain.
That was made
That's
to be...
a mountain with a little face.
That's triangle's the strongest shape, and that thing is a triangle.
That's one of the 8 Fujis, by the way.
The fact that the homoerotic car repair sequence we got was for the motherfucking Val Walo, which is a crawdad. That is a crawdad.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
The fucking Neue or Neue Ziel, like that thing looks so fucked up and stupid. It looks like a stupid bird or like a plague mask or something. Like, there are so many standout little freak suits in this, and we get to see such a variety. I really like it. So, all things said, I give this a 9. Because to me, I kind of agree with Brian. I don't know if it gets better from here. I hold in my heart maybe it could. And I'm just not the biggest fan of GMs or Gelgoogs. But I can't deny there were some standouts in this fucking show. Alice, where are you at?
I hope you get killed for your thoughts. I'm walking up on stage. Everybody's gently clapping because I'm pulling out a piece of paper and I'm uncrumpling it very loudly. What we explore on this podcast is, what is mecha? It's something that's fun to explore. It's a wonderful through line to explore media and critical thinking through a very narrow lens. We could have made this podcast about anything, but we made it about giant robots. This is academics, and it's an appreciation of the arts. There's a lot of stuff out there to spend your time on, so why mecha for us? For me, it's because it's a genre about interfacing with the world, the masks and armor that we wear, and the way we protect ourselves in an unpredictable reality. Seeing how people can use giant robots to make themselves larger than the problems in front of them, it's very inspiring to me. All that to say, when I watch 0083, I see so many people coming together to write, draw, direct, and create a story about 2 very small people. People are stuck, and only through the use of these high-performance machines, these mechs, can they feel like they have an impact on the world. Gato's a lost man, so sure in his ideals that he finds himself listless and suicidal. A giant robot saves him. Ko is a whiny little gifted kid struggling to find purpose, and a giant robot saves him. Everyone in this series, from Nina's obsession with machines, or Seema's goddish colors and personalization of her mechs, to even Kelly using it to cope with his war wounds. People use these mechs to navigate and interface with their problems. I want to pilot the Dendrobium. It will protect me through this shitty fucking timeline. Please, God, save me, Anaheim Electronics, from this reality. I'm an unrepentant Fujoshi for the Unit 1 and Unit 02. Every single mech on screen is the coolest fuck yeah shit. Fuck yeah, this fucking owns. This is peak Alice mecha design. This is an 11 out of 10.
That's super fair.
I was literally just about to adjust my score to a 10 because you wrote a book report. But we're going to go with an 11, so this gets a Hyakushiki despite my misgivings about the Gelgoog, and you know what? I'm saluting.
I feel like you saying that means you have to put a 10. Okay, well, okay. At least I didn't break the scale. Okay. Anyway.
Nope. I agree. I think this averages out. It averages into the Hyakushiki. It deserves it. It's beautiful.
The band has started playing me off, so when we get back, we'll play a game and go over a note, and I just want to really say thank you, Mom, and I really hope the Dendrobium. Hey guys, Alice here. Thanks for listening to On the Shoulders of Giants. We're really happy you're here, but if you know anybody who might be interested, we'd love if you share our work with them. If you are enjoying what we're doing, maybe send us a message, or what would really help us out is if you leave a review online. Really, a lot of the algorithms will push people down if they don't have reviews, so it really helps if you just go and write something on the internet. Heck, we might even read one on the podcast if it's really nice and makes our hearts go doki doki. So if you could do that, maybe do it, and thanks again for listening. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from the break. It's time to play a game. This game is called Bad Bitches of Herstory. That's right, it's not history time. It's time for herstory. So,
I believe women can do anything.
Seema is one of the baddest bitches in Gundam, and as part of our expanding, I'm just kind of bringing history trivia to the podcast kind of angle I'm going with on this. I wanted to talk about some of the bad bitches of herstory. Just go through it. So this is your standard game. I ask a question, we go back and forth. You can steal, and then we tally up the points at the end. Simple structure. Ready,
Simple
guys?
as. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Question 1, Brian.
Yeah.
Empresses in China could have it tough. Not only is their only real claim to power through their husband has an entire cadre of concubines who could take your place at a moment's notice. The Han Dynasty had the first empress of China, Lu Ji, who became a template for the role going forward. When a concubine gave birth to a male heir and the emperor began favoring this new son, she evoked what revenge on this concubine to secure her place as the empress? Number 1. She killed the new son piece by piece in front of the mother, then exiled the mother to Mongolian territories. 2. She forced her own son to kill the new son with a knife, and then the mother while she watched. Or 3. After killing the new son by poison, she tortured the mother and shoved her down a toilet. Which one was it?
All right, I've figured out my strategy for this game, which is just it's WWCD. What would Seema do? Seema would do the third one. So
that is correct. She killed the son by poison and then tortured the mother in front of her own son. Didn't put that in there because I wanted to keep him short. And then shoved her down a primitive toilet. So no flushing. It just kind of shoved her in there.
Great.
Yeah,
it's cool to be an
normal.
empress. Number 2, this one's to you, Nico. You've probably heard of Dracula, but did you know that women can be vampires too? Elizabeth Bathory, a noble woman in 1500 Slovakia, was not only the inspiration for the evil queen in Snow White, but was also rumored to do what to young women? Number 1, kill them by the dozens and bathe in their blood to attain eternal youth. Number 2, drain their blood and drink it with her meals, also for eternal youth. Or 3, sacrifice them ritualistically and cover herself with their blood. This was also for eternal youth.
See, I feel like I've heard the bathing in maiden's blood thing, so it makes me think it's either A or C. But the first one.
That's correct. She was rumored to have killed them by the dozens and bathed in their blood to get eternal youth. While she did do a lot of evil shit, this part's probably slander because only one person claimed it and they never found the hundreds of bodies that were claimed to have been buried in the courtyard.
I've seen the documentary Castlevania Nocturne. I know what really happened.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brian, back to you.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary isn't just a childhood game or a mediocre brunch beverage. We get it. You like tomato water. Putting bacon in it doesn't make it anything other than tomato water. Bloody Mary was also an evil and cruel leader of Britain. A major part of her evil reign was bringing back the Heresy Act and burning people at the stake. Now, what religion was she so focused on promoting that caused her to do all that? This is an open answer question, Brian. What religion was it?
Oh God. I'm gonna just guess Catholicism.
That's correct. It was part of the Catholic Restoration.
Yeah.
Listen,
that
you got
tracks.
a little too Protestant with it.
Also, I don't endorse what Alice said about Bloody Marys. I love a Bloody Mary.
No, you do. There's
Brian's
tomato
face
juice.
when Alice was saying that was like, whoa. It was almost like your friend said a slur, and you're at the function, you're trying to be like, whoa, I don't believe that about Bloody Marys.
What? Trash.
Hispanics know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know.
Queen Isabella of Castile's love of Christ started when, after her hand was promised to marry someone far below her station, and after praying to God for salvation, the dude died on his way to court her. Thanks, God.
Big ups to
This
JC.
made her all in on the J-Man, who protected her from the worst thing that can happen to anyone, marrying a poor person. Something Jesus is strongly against, I think. Anyway, after some wars and monarchy shit, she was crowned Queen of Castile and Leon, the largest Spanish peninsula kingdom of the time. She then started this cool thing called the Spanish Inquisition and waged war on what Muslim kingdom, killing over 100,000 Muslims and pushing them from Spanish territories. Was it 1, the Kingdom of Aragon, 2, the Kingdom of Navarre, or 3, the Kingdom of Granada?
Ooh, I don't know a lot about Spanish history. I'm gonna go with... God, I feel like Navarre is actually a French kingdom, but I'm probably wrong. What was the first one again?
The Kingdom of Aragon.
Okay. No, I'm gonna go with number 3.
That is correct. The Kingdom of Granada.
Yep.
They basically killed all of the Muslims on the continent. That's pretty cool.
No, hey, in this house, we still support Al-Andalus. We still support...
Just, the Spanish Inquisition, funny joke, actually horrifying.
I have Basque ancestry. I really can't comment on this, but I will say, I just found out that Captain Burning's first name is South.
Yeah, it's South Burning.
Hell yeah. Brian, back to you.
Yeah.
We've talked about Catherine the Great before, who took over Russia in a bloodless coup against her feckless cuck of a husband. As much of a cruel and militaristic ruler as she was, expanding Russia vastly and facing up to 20 revolts in her rule, she was actually pretty woke. Well, at the time, they just called it enlightened. Get it? Because the Enlightenment.
Great.
As a self-described enlightened leader, she not only pushed for reforms, she also corresponded with what leading Enlightenment thought person? Was it 1, Rene Descartes, 2, Voltaire, 3, Thomas Paine, 4, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, or 4, Montesquieu? Montesquieu.
I just want to say that our previous episode, as you may know by now, is on Ratatouille, and Alice talked a bunch of shit about being a Francophile, and she butchered every single one of those names. I've want to put that out there.
I've never heard anyone say Descartes that bad. It's incredible.
Descartes.
I honestly, so I know I've like so embarrassing, and it's I come from the 49th state in the union for education, so I just want to say that for the record. I've read these people. I just have no idea what the timeline is on anything ever. I have no idea what dates are. So I'm going to say Thomas Paine out of a completely random guess.
Unfortunately, that was incorrect.
Yeah.
Nico, you have a chance to steal. Was it Rene Descartes, Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, or Montesquieu?
I feel like it's either Descartes or Rousseau, but fuck it. He's been slandered. I'll believe in the D-man. I think it was Descartes.
That is incorrect.
Oh, got
Damn.
our asses.
It was Voltaire. Catherine the Great wrote back and forth with Voltaire.
Do they ever explored each other's bodies?
Interesting. Nico, back to you. You've heard of the movie Warrior King, but did you know it was based on a real boss babe? Queen Amina of Zazu, part of the now modern-day Nigeria, waged many territorial campaigns and gained prominence as a fearsome leader. She exuded enough pressure over neighboring states that they would send her tributes of eunuchs to keep the peace. Despite all the stories of her being a torturer, she was a consummate lover as well. When visiting a town, she would take a bridegroom each night. How would she send them off in the morning? Was it 1, sold them into slavery with Arab merchants, 2, exiled them to the Sahara Desert to die, or 3, had them beheaded and disposed of?
So no breakfast?
Not on the menu.
Okay. See, I've seen Woman King, but not all of it, so I don't remember this part. I don't think they put this in there.
Viola Davis does do this in real life, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna say beheading. I think that's fun.
That is correct. She would have them beheaded so they couldn't speak of any of her pillow talk.
You will never know
God.
if this pussy is fire.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, it looks like somebody's stealing the bonus question.
Oh, we gotta pursue and kill them.
That's right. Okay. Hands over your buzzers. First to buzz in wins. Tell me when you're is everybody all prepped? We all hands over buzzer.
What is our buzzer? Do we just yell?
Your
we
hand
just say,
needs to be on your buzzer. Your hand, I'm not going to tell you. Your hand needs to be on your buzzer, okay? Whatever that means to you. Interesting that your hand went down there.
Okay.
So you can buzz in at any time.
Okay.
Starting as a this is a name the person. Starting as a lowly concubine, this baddie left a trail of blood, including her brother, her mother, and her own daughter, as she rose to become China's first and only female emperor.
Bing, 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 bing. See, I want to give it to Brian because I just said bing, but Brian hit the audio cue.
Brian, your answer?
That's my girl, Wu Zetian.
That's Wu Zetian!
That's literally the
Baddest
number
bitches
one.
in her story!
Yes!
Wu Zetian. From Iron Widow, based on a real baddie. And with that, let's tabulate the scores.
Pretty sure.
Did we get any of these wrong?
I'm the only one that got one wrong, so I think I must have lost.
But you
Go
got the bonus.
wins!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you know
it was
what?
a tie.
Yeah, it's literally a tie.
3-3.
Because you know what? Me and Brian and Alice, we love women.
And we're also all standing in the control room of the colony holding guns to each other. Guys, it's getting pretty hot. We better read this flash transmission here because we've got to get back to our separate mobile suits to go do cool shit.
Well, Alice, I think you're just getting cradled in the arm of a Rick
I
Dom,
didn't pin it, but I have it pulled up.
Okay.
Brian, would you like to read for us?
Yes, we get another one from Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Which shout out I deleted this because I didn't think it was enough for us to actually talk about, but Tony sent an email almost right after this one because they had listened to the Avatar episode and they just wanted to mention that one of James Cameron's priorities was to make the Na'vi fuckable.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell
I
yeah,
guess,
hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Sure. Anyway, for this one, they said, just listen to the G. Actually, they spelled it G Quacks. I think that was on purpose. So I'm going to say, just listen to the G Quacks wrap up. Kira to me, not necessarily what I think it means in the show, but also fuck it. Yes, this is exactly what it means in the show too. 1, gay sex, finding someone of questionable, fucked up gender I can mash skin against after they get through the I don't really know how attraction works, demisexual brain to body and urges barriers that sit between me and thinking maybe I like this person. It sends me directly into the land of wonderful colors everywhere. I'm old and I wish this happened on any frequency. I used to feel it when I was young. 2, that ADHD moment of whatever thing I'm into at the moment can be a subject of hyperfocus. I've written a novel and a half of trashy queer romance in this zone over the course of a year. Writing that a couple of years later, I'm occasionally logging for the feeling of, so maybe I can finish that second book. I once turned my garage into an Arduino automated electrical kettle beer brewery for a month after a couple years of design and putting things together. I brewed 2 batches of beer that both tasted amazing and were extremely emotionally fulfilling to consume and share. I then ceased to have any mental energy for any of it, kids in life, and just a fickle ADHD brain stopped it, and everything collected dust until it was sold. Knowing Nico, I absolutely believe this story.
ADHD moments.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I'm connecting with you, Tony.
These and several other projects that were amazing and wonderful and were dropped in the corner of my closet like dirty laundry the second I could no longer muster the same feeling of interest in them. These are both, and probably several other things, Kira to me. They are the fleeting, life-changing experiences of temporary joy that I look back upon wanting more of. With age, I come to understand that more will eventually happen, but it will never be the same as that other time it happened. Each time will be some new joy that somehow within the confines of recollection won't feel quite as good as the first time I felt whenever the thing was I'm feeling. But each new time Kira comes to me, I'll know I'll be better at shaping that new experience into something that better supports future possibilities within my life. Analyze those I care about. Also agreed they should have made the Yuri textual, Tony. I can absolutely tell you did not take your Adderall before you wrote that email.
Wow. Sometimes some of
The
us are so
parentheses of
focused.
ADHD text. Hey, here's my side thought to that side thought to that side thought. Thank you for writing, Tony. I what a good Kira. What a good Kira.
What the fuck is Kira?
Kira
Is it
is
just
what
having
G-Clux calls
ADHD?
It's having, well, so it's basically what quote unquote happens when they're doing new types in G-Clux. The main characters get all
It's beautiful,
shiny, sparkly,
psychedelic. It's
Yeah.
this
like
feeling
when
that they're
Remy
all
eats
chasing.
a really good flavor combination in Ratatouille.
Yeah,
he
really.
was Kira.
So that's what. So what does Kira mean to you, Nico? As somebody who's never watched G-Quacks.
I deeply relate to Tony because the thing about, I won't say all ADHD, but it sounds like Tony's ADHD and my ADHD is you fall in love with something in a way that feels like you've never fell in love with anything before for about 6 months to a year. And when you are in the full passionate grip of that, you are experiencing life in a way that is just, you're finding connections everywhere. You're exploring new things. You're connecting things you love to old things. Like you are just fully in the grips of it. Nothing brings you joy like that. And then in 6 months to a year, you will not feel the same way. And I have done actually a lot of therapeutic work on not pre-grieving because I know that I work like this. And I had started to, in the last few years, get into things, feel that first flush, I guess, of Kira, and then go, I'm not going to feel like this in a year and a half, and then get really depressed preemptively while I was still technically in the Kira, which sucked. So I've done a lot of work on feeling my feelings in the moment. And for me, right now, Kira is when I am trying to figure out how to book an exclusive Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 tour at Malashov Castle when the minimum attendees is 2, and I am going as a solo traveler. And that, to me, is Kira.
Damn.
Do you think I could meet a beautiful Czech lesbian who also wanted to learn about Henry's story?
I fully believe in the possibility of it, yeah.
Tony, thanks for writing. Listeners, pop in the Discord. Tell us. Also, drop any funny ADHD stories in there.
You literally
I don't
have
have it,
to.
but it's fun to read.
I know some of y'all do, though.
With what Alice just said, though, I will say Kira, in terms of being a moment you don't want to kill yourself, is the poem Hammond B3 Organ Cistern by Gabrielle Calvoco Resi, which is a poem all about when you are having a good-ass time and you have been suicidal and you are having such a good-ass time you are not suicidal, and it rules. So,
Yep.
Read a
great
little
feeling.
poetry today.
Yeah, it's called
Read a little
Mobile Suit
poetry.
Gundam G-Quacks.
Read a little poetry. G-Quacks.
And that's this episode of On the Shoulders of Giants, where we discussed Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. Any parting thoughts, you two?
Women. Seema, you're so evil, but I do believe that you survived because women can do anything. Call me and just laugh into the phone and hang up on me. That's fine.
Just again, I'm thinking about Monsha in some fuck-ass Titan suit getting owned by the Zeta Gundam. That's what I'm thinking about tonight.
One must imagine Monsha in misery.
Yes.
My final thought is, I'm sure I'm not the only trans girl to ever say this, but yeah, Seema was transition goals for me.
Okay, and if Seema is your transition goals, my phone number is...
Thanks for listening, pilots. Remember, you can reach out for advice from the team at our email, questions@osgpod.com, and non-pilots can send general questions or feedback to the same address. You can also catch up with us on social media. Links are in the description for updates and more. You'll find a link to the show Discord there. Come hang out. Will the Top Gun be out by now?
I plan on it.
Okay. Also, if you haven't already listened to it, listen to us watch Top Gun. Watch Top Gun with us. I love Top Gun. Top Gun's funny.
Yeah, we
I
do
don't
a
know.
clap in, so you can literally, if you've never seen Top Gun, you can get together and you can watch Top Gun with us experiencing it for the first time, and Alice's beautiful commentary track on every plane.
Which unfortunately does halt about 2/3 through the movie because she was on Tornado Watch and had to go save her household.
Yeah, that was something. Yep. I love my life. Make sure to Kira is when I love my life. Make sure to check back in 2 weeks where we'll be discussing Coquette Dragoon, a Yuri visual novel. Until then, goodbye. I love you.
I'm not looking for a love affair. I need the magic when I hold you near. It's more important than a one-night stand. I need the magic when I touch your hand.
Goodbye. I love you.
Solomon, I have returned!